All right, we're going to talk about voice AI, but we're not just going to cover the what. We're digging into a much bigger question. Why now? Why is this exact moment the absolute tipping point for a technology that's frankly about to change just about everything? Okay, let's get right into it. I mean, let's be honest, AI has been around for ages, right? It's not some new, shiny object. So, why the sudden explosion with voice AI? Why is every single industry, from healthcare to retail, suddenly scrambling to get this technology in place? What flipped the switch? That's the big question we're going to answer. And the answer doesn't really start with the technology itself. Nope, it starts with the world around us. See, there's a whole new business reality taking shape, and it's creating these massive forces that are practically screaming for a solution just like voice AI. And the biggest force of all? Well, it's you and me. It's all of us. As customers, our expectations have been totally and completely rewired. We live in a get-it-now world, and that has fundamentally changed the price of admission for what we consider good service. Just think about it for a second. It wasn't that long ago that sitting on hold for 20 minutes was, well, normal. Getting bounced around from department to department, just part of the deal. But today, no way. That's a deal breaker. We expect instant service, lightning-fast support, and simple, easy conversations. Speed has become the new king. Now, at the exact same time we're all demanding more, businesses are feeling the squeeze hard. They're getting more calls than ever before, but they're dealing with staff shortages, high turnover, and rising costs. Plus, they're expected to be available 24/7, even when their teams are stretched totally thin. You see the problem, right? The old manual way of doing things just isn't sustainable anymore. So you've got this massive demand on one side and this incredible pressure on the other. The only missing piece of the puzzle was the right tool. And that brings us to the second reason for this explosion. The technology is finally, truly ready. It's made this incredible leap from clunky and frustrating to genuinely conversational. And the change is, well, it's just dramatic. Think back even 5 years ago. Talking to an automated system was a nightmare. That choppy, robotic voice, it barely understood a word you were saying. The whole thing felt forced. But today, it's a completely different world. The experience is seamless. The voices sound human. The AI actually gets the intent behind what you're saying, and the conversation just flows. What's really powerful is how all these upgrades work together. The voice quality is so natural now, you might actually forget you're not talking to a person. And it's not just listening for keywords. It understands your tone, the context. It thinks on its feet, responding right away without those long, awkward pauses. And crucially, it plugs right into all the other systems a business is already using. That whole package is what makes it a real-world game changer. We all know this system, don't we? The dreaded phone menu. Press 1 for sales, press 2 for support. You listen to this endless list of options, and of course, the one you actually need is never there. And where do you end up? On hold. It feels like it was designed to be frustrating. But this is the new way. All that complexity, it's gone. Instead of fighting your way through a maze of buttons, customers just talk. They say what they need, just like they would to a person, and the AI handles everything else. It's a total shift from a machine-first system to a human-first one. Okay, so we've got a massive need, and we've got the mature technology to meet it. The third and final piece of this puzzle is the payoff. Because let's be real, businesses aren't adopting this just because it's cool. They're doing it because it delivers real, tangible results, and it delivers them incredibly fast. And this right here is a huge part of the urgency. We're not talking about waiting a year or even a quarter to see a return. Businesses are seeing a visible, measurable impact in a matter of weeks. That kind of speed is it's almost unheard of for a major tech implementation. And these aren't some vague, fuzzy improvements either. We're talking about real wins you can see on a spreadsheet. Wait times? They plummet. Missed calls? Way, way down. Operational costs? They drop as you automate the repetitive stuff. And because the customer experience is so much better, lead conversions actually go up. It's a win on every single front. So when you add all that up, you realize that voice AI has become way more than just an efficiency tool. It is the new competitive advantage. The ability to be faster, more available, and more efficient creates a performance gap, a gap that competitors stuck in the old way of doing things simply cannot close. This chart really visualizes that divide perfectly. On one side, you have the companies that wait, and they're getting bogged down by rising costs and slower service. On the other side, the adopters are just pulling away with faster response times and way higher efficiency. And that gap between them is only going to get wider. So when you look at it this way, voice AI isn't some futuristic gamble. It's the logical, inevitable next step in a journey that businesses have been on for years, the journey towards smarter automation. I mean, think about it. Businesses are already automating emails, workflows, reporting, data entry, you name it. Voice communication has always been the big missing piece of that puzzle, that messy, real-time human part that was always so hard to plug in. Well, voice AI finally connects that last piece, integrating human conversation into the rest of the automated engine. And this is a really critical point. The goal here isn't to replace people, it's to support them. It's about taking all those repetitive, high-volume, frankly, burnout-inducing tasks off their plate. This frees up your human agents to focus on the complex, meaningful conversations, where their skills and empathy really, truly matter. So, let's bring it all home. Why now? It's because we are in a perfect storm. You have sky-high customer demand colliding with technology that is finally mature enough to handle it, and that combination is delivering business results so fast and so powerfully that it's simply impossible to ignore. This isn't some trend that's 5 years down the road. It is happening right now. The technology is here, the market is demanding it, and the early adopters are already pulling way ahead of the pack. The moment has arrived. So the only real question left for everyone else is, when are you going to make your move?